We're all good at something, but some people take things to the next level. From a man who can eat metal to a woman who literally bends in half. Join us as we count 10 people with incredible talents.
Number 10.
World's most flexible woman. Yes, this is the thumbnail you clicked on. Julia Günthel, best known as Zlata, comes from Kazakhstan and is known to be the world's most flexible woman, and with some of the things she's able to fit inside, it's not so hard to see why. At age 10 she became a professional contortionist, and by 31 she made a full career out of her flexibility. But how on earth can she be flexible enough to fit inside a fridge, or a tiny box, you might ask? Well, the Discovery Channel put her through an MRI machine, and doctors found that her ligaments were as flexible as those of an infant, and here I am, not even able to touch my toes.
Number 9.
Magnetic Man. The Magnetic Man defies laws of gravity with an extraordinary ability. Applying the power of psychokinesis, he can raise anything from metal pans to marble statues, transport them through the air to affix to his body, then creates a force to keep them there, simply using mind control. An avid enthusiast of the phenomenon of psychic energy, Miroslav has developed his skill to manipulate lifeless objects in midair to obey at his will, even forcing them to spin around or shake. His mental powers are so keen that he can jump around while an object is stuck to his head, without losing his mental grasp of the item. Miroslav explains how he employs psychokinetics to perform these uncanny feats. It works because I load myself with energy, and at the same time I wish for the object to raise. Miroslav has undergone numerous tests for his perplexing skill, which remains unexplained by conventional science to date. Although Miroslav Magola is gifted with some of the strangest abilities in the world, which are generally regarded as paranormal, his book is filled with protests against exactly this form of categorization. He deals with and discusses things beyond our world, yet describes himself as a radical rationalist and insists on his normality.
Number 8.
The Ear Pump. Wei Mingtang, 55, is a factory worker from Guilin City in Guangxi Province, China. About 30 years ago, he discovered his ears leaked air, so he came up with the idea of using his ears and a pipe for his now famous act, inflate balloons with his ears. On a recent City Spring Festival party, Wei also blew out 20 candles in a line within 20 seconds using a hose leading out from his ears.
Number 7.
No sleep. 64-year-old Thai Ngok, a Vietnamese farmer, is known around the world for a unique talent. He needs no sleep. After getting a fever in 1973, he hasn't been able to sleep and has counted infinite numbers of sheep during more than 11,700 consecutive sleepless nights. I don't know whether the insomnia has impacted my health or not, but I'm still healthy and can farm normally like others, Ngok said. Proving his health, the elderly resident said he can carry 2 50-kilo bags of fertilizer down 4 kilometers of road to return home every day.
Number 6.
The Loudest Clap and Burp. 70-year-old Zan Quan is hoping to get into the record books by clapping his hands. His claps measured 107 decibels, just 3 decibels lower than whirling helicopter blades. The bad news? Local environmental protection officials say Zhang is so loud he could face arrest for noise pollution if he claps too often. On the other hand, we have Paul Hun, who possesses the ability to belch at 110 decibels. He achieved the Guinness World Record for the loudest burp on the set of the new Paul O'Grady show, London, on the 24th of September 2008. And I am sure he gets all of the ladies with that talent.
Number 5.
Writing with tears. 56-year-old Ru Anting has a very special talent. He can write calligraphy. With water he shoots from his eyes. After sucking up some water with his nose, he then sprays it through his tear ducts, ending up on the paper. Ru discovered this unusual talent as a child while swimming in the river. Sometimes I would swallow water while swimming, and once I accidentally discovered the water I swallowed could be shot out through my eyes. My friends were all shocked to see it, he said. But it wasn't until the 1990s when Ru lost his job in a local fertilizer factory after more than 20 years that he began to develop his unusual talent. After 3 years of intensive training, he found he could shoot water accurately up to 10 feet from his eyes at will.
Number 4.
The Flatulist. Mr. Methane, alias former train driver Paul Oldfield, claims to be the only performing professional flatulist in the world, or more precisely, a professional farter. His talent came to light when he accompanied his sister in yoga practice. There he discovered to his surprise and delight that he was able to take in air through the rear, retain it, then expel it as and when he chose. At first it was nothing more than a party trick to entertain fellow railwaymen, but eventually Mr. Methane found that by careful control he could pick out a simple tune. So let's have a quick listen of what Mr. Methane can do.
Thank you.
I'm not using that microphone after him.
Thanks. You are a disgusting creature. Shall I go?
As you can tell, Simon Cowell was not impressed.
Number 3.
Ironman. 57-year-old Manjit Singh, called the Ironman, holds more than 30 world records, including pulling a double-decker bus with his hair, lifting 85 kilograms with his ears, and of course pulling a jet, also with his ears. On April 2007, Ironman pulled the aircraft, weighing approximately 7.4 tons, 12 feet along the apron at East Midlands Airport, UK. Speaking after the record attempt, he said, "I don't feel too bad. I have a little bit of pain around the ears, but I'm okay." The attempt raised money for his charity Manjit Fitness, which aims to get children living in his native Mahilpur, India, involved in sport.
Number 2.
Iron Crotch. Tu Jin Sheng, a 50-year-old man from Taiwan, is a martial arts grandmaster of Iron Crotch, a branch of Qigong said to have 60,000 followers worldwide. On 2005, he attached his penis to a truck for a demonstration and pulled it several yards across a car park in Fremont. About 20 people, most of whom study Qigong, the ancient Chinese art of movement and breathing to increase energy, gathered for the truck pull. Its practitioners are known to lift hundreds of pounds with their genitals to increase energy and sexual performance. Just how this is supposed to help them in the bedroom department though, I haven't quite been able to wrap my head around.
Number 1.
Mr. Eat It All. French entertainer Michel Lotito is known as Monsieur Mange Tout, which means Mr. Eat It All in English. As a famous consumer of undigestibles, Lotito's performances are the consumption of metal, glass, rubber, and so on in items such as bicycles, televisions, a Cessna 150, and smaller items which are disassembled, cut up, and swallowed. The aircraft took roughly 2 years to be eaten from 1978 to 1980. He began eating unusual material while a child and has been performing publicly since 1966. Lotito does not often suffer from ill effects due to his diet, even after the consumption of materials usually considered poisonous. When performing, he consumes around a kilogram of material daily, preceding it with mineral oil and drinking considerable quantities of water during the meal. He apparently possesses a stomach and intestine with walls of twice the expected thickness, and his digestive acids are, allegedly, unusually powerful, allowing him to digest a certain portion of his metallic meals.